Well, I'm here at Maungatautari Reserve, which is a fence reserve on the North Island of New Zealand. It's a haven for native wildlife, including the kākās that you can see here, and the Takahēs. I had a really great couple of days there, so come and join me and see what I discovered. So I find myself in New Zealand. I'm visiting Auckland again on business, and I've actually taken the time off to drive about 2 hours south of Auckland, and I'm at a lakeside campsite at Kākā. And the reason that I'm here is I want to visit a sanctuary called Mountain Sanctuary, also called Maungatautari, and that is a fenced-off site, just like we had in Tarawhenui, and if you want to look, then I had a previous video on that. So it's fenced off and predator-proof, and of course that provides a sanctuary for the native birds. Now it's particularly well known for kakapos, and apparently there are 3 kakapos there, and they've been booming in the night and all these kind of things, but even the brochure says that you have almost 0 chance of seeing them. So I'm not expecting to see them, but I'm hoping to see other native birds. And in fact, as I came into the campsite attendant told me that they get native birds here, like tuis and like the kākās. And just as I drove in, I saw about 4 or 5 kākās just calling in the background and going to the flowering trees here. So I think there's an overflow effect coming from these fenced off sanctuaries. So I'm really looking forward to going there, and I'll get up early tomorrow and go along, and hopefully you'll join me and we'll see what we can find. So I made it to the entrance of Maungatautari, and I'm really looking forward to going in and seeing what we can find. I'm hoping that we'll see kākās, maybe stitchbirds and saddlebacks. So join me and let's see what we can find. So we come through the outer gates, and now we're getting to the inner gates. And this looks very similar to Tarawhenui. So here we've got a squirter again. Not working too well. And then you can see along here, this is the predator-proof fence. It has a cap to stop things from climbing over, and also underneath it's tucked in so things can't bury themselves. Oops, went the wrong way. And the idea here is to make sure that the doors are closed so nothing can scurry in. And so now this is the exciting bit, getting into the forest. So I've just done one of the longer walks, not entirely successful in terms of photography. It's been very dark, clouds keep coming over, and also there are sticks everywhere, so the birds have got plenty of places where they can hide. Well, despite the weather, I still had fun. It kept periodically having torrential rainfall, and I think you can hear it on these videos. So I went up to the feeding stations that they have for the kākā. So they set up these stations where only the kākā can actually press the levers or get into the boxes, and that attracts an awful lot of them. And you can see them here gathering and calling to each other. It's really exciting to see them. So in the breaks between the weather, then the birds became much more active. You can see here this North Island robin singing, and if you listen carefully you can hear that there's another one in the background singing to him. Once I'd walked around many of the tracks, I went back down to the little reserve that they have for the Takahēs. And it was really nice to see these guys again. So here they've got 3 of them. They've got 2 parents and 1 quite big youngster. So I got up really early the next day to record the dawn chorus. Now, you're not allowed to go into the reserve before it opens, but you can go to the outside, and I put my microphone there. I got lots of recordings of native birds, including the saddlebacks and the Kākās again. But also, I could also hear many other birds like blackbirds and chaffinches, which are obviously non-native birds that come from Britain. So I got up pretty early this morning to do some sound recording, and I've just been walking along the track now, and I've come across a Kākā just very quietly in the trees. I'm going to try and get some film of him. Don't quite know what it's doing. It seems to be peeling bark off the tree. He's been very quiet. There's other Kākās in the background, but this one's being really quiet. I'm going to see if he'll let me get a bit closer to him. And he did let me get closer. I'm really close now. It's actually really difficult to focus because it's so dark. But hopefully I'm getting some shots of him. It's funny, he's keeping very quiet. There's other Kākās I can hear in the background. And this one is just quietly peeling the bark off. Interesting, hey? That's the closest I've ever been to a Kākā. That's really fantastic. Well, really seeing these Kākās made my day. I was so close to them, it was really fantastic. But of course the sanctuary is full of other birds, and one of the ones that you can hear all the time are saddlebacks. And so I was really happy to see these saddlebacks almost everywhere throughout the forest. As well as them, you could also see whitehead. They move through the forest in big flocks, very noisy, chirping at each other all the time. So I've just sat down to have a break, and as soon as I sat down, then a robin came up, and in fact he's still down there now. I got down and took some pictures, so hopefully they came out okay. But the most exciting thing was as soon as I got here, then a stitch bird came down. I could hear it up on the hills, and it came right down and came pretty close. So I hope I got some good pictures of it. They feed them. There's a feeder station at the top of the hill, and I waited there for ages yesterday, but nothing came, so it's really exciting to see them now. Well, I've had a really nice time here at Maungatautari. I saw the Takahēs again, saw 3 of those, and I particularly wanted to come here to see the Kākās, and the woods are full of them. I did get some good close-up views of them. Whether the videos came out, I don't know. But on top of that, then the whole place seems to be full of North Island robins. Every time you sit down, they come up to the benches. And I was very pleased to see the stitch bird, the hee-hee, I looked for it close to their feeder station, but it just didn't come. But just as I was having my lunch, then it came down. So really a fantastic couple of days that I've spent here. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please think about subscribing. And I hope you join me again next time.